22. Well, I got a few things in the mail today. I got a half AA battery and a replacement fan. Where are these going? Into the power computing. This CPU fan here is just ridiculously loud and it needs replacement, so that's what I'm going to do. And of course I need a battery to keep the time and date, so we're going to put those in and test them out and see how they run. One thing I'm also going to do is image this IBM SCSI hard drive. Get the Mac OS 7 image off of it, then stick that on my server, so I'll go do that now. Alright, we're down at the workshop computer. As you can see, I have the SCSI drive hooked up in the most professional looking way possible. Yeah, I have the SCSI card right there, and the IBM drive plugged in right there. I'll boot it up. I have Linux Mint 13 installed on this computer, and we're going to use that to image the drive. Now, I've just installed gparted for a variety of reasons, but the way I'm going to make a disk image is using a utility in Linux called DD. And it's built into Linux. All you have to do is enter certain commands, and you can just make a disk image. You can make .bin files, or you can make .image files, as you can see here, and you can compress them and use the bite size commands and things like that. You have a lot of flexibility, although it's not the quickest utility in the world. It does work. So in order for that to happen, you have to know what drive it is. So I'm going to go to gparted, wherever that went. Where's gparted? Alright, so I'm going to try making a .bin file and making a .image file. I'm going to try both methods just to make sure that I have a method that does work. And in order to do this, you need to know what drive it is. So I know that this is drive SDB. The partition I want is SDB4. So what I'm going to do is back up SDB4, and if possible, the whole drive as well. And as you can see, this is a 2 GB IBM SCSI drive. So that should be pretty easy to do. So I'll open up a terminal window here and type in the command I need. And there's the command I'm going to try. One thing you need to do in Linux is you need to switch to root, which is the su command right there that I did. So this is how the command works. You put dd and then you put if for the source, and then you put of for where you want it to go. That could be a hard drive, that could be a disk image, you know, either one, and that's what would go there. I've decided to make this a ridiculous acronym, PCPCP 180.bin, which is for PowerComputing PowerCenter Pro 180. I'm going to try making this .bin file. Now this is for an uncompressed file. You can also make a .gz file with gzip. So if you wanted to make the file smaller, you could do that as well. I'm going to try the raw one just to see if it works. So let's try this. I guess it just won't show anything until it's done. I don't even know. So I guess I'll let it go. See what happens. There you have it. Finished it with no errors whatsoever. So let's go see the actual file in the... should be in the home folder. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. So that definitely worked. So DD is definitely a good tool to use when backing up drives on Linux. One thing I'm also doing is backing up the MBR. Not that it probably matters on a Mac disk, but I'm just doing it just in case. And in this one, I just changed it to /boot/ I don't know why I named it HDA. It should have been SDB. But there you go. .boot.mbr, byte size is 512, and the count is 1. I don't know what count 1 means, but that's what I entered according to the instructions, and that should work. So I shall do that. There you go. Okay, so I've decided to go forth with the just using .bin and see what happens. Seems to be just fine according to the instructions. So I can just copy the image back onto a partition, at least from one of them. I'm going to, or at least right now, actually right now, I'm imaging the entire hard drive. so that I just have a copy of that just in case. I'm archiving everything I can with this particular hard drive because the power computing stuff you can't get back again. So I have a copy of the entire hard drive, I have a copy of just the partition with all the files on it, and I'm going to copy all the files off of the drive into just a plain old folder and stick them on my server. I'm making I'm backing it up in several different ways so that I can restore it again if need be. Especially if I get a compact flash adapter at some point. That's going to be really useful. So, just DDing the entire hard drive to a bin file, and then after that I'm going to copy all the files off of the drive into just a plain old folder. Quickly, once you have your DD'd image, all you have to do is reverse the destinations to restore the image back. That's what I'd guess anyway. I'd have to look that up to verify it, but judging from this instruction here that tells you if you want to back up one drive to another, I'd guess you back up the image to another drive. That's what I would guess. So either way, I have those backed up now, so I have all the images I need here, so I can close out of that. Alright, I have the thing hooked up. Let's see if it's any quieter, and if it keeps the time. Oh wow, it's much quieter. No more of that pesky fan noise from this damn thing. This is the old fan. Had a Nidec fan in it, and these Nidec fans love to die. I've seen them die in Dells before too. And they just, you put lube in them and it doesn't fix it. The bearings are just shot. So, mission accomplished. It's a much quieter machine now. And there's a battery in it. So, there you have it. Okay, I've set the time to what it is, and the date. So let's turn the machine off, see if it keeps the time. With this battery in it, it also might remember how loud the sound is supposed to be. Who knows? It didn't seem to before. Kept the time and date. Excellent. So, mission accomplished. We have a quieter machine with that new fan, and we have a machine that keeps the date and time thanks to that battery. So, excellent. Oh, and we also imaged the hard drive, and I stuck it on my server, so I'll have a backup of this hard drive as it is right now, stuffed on there. So that'll be nice. So that's just some updates and some maintenance on the PowerComputing PowerCenter Pro 180. Oh yeah, one thing I should throw in before I leave is that I ended up getting a trackball too. One of these Kensington Orbit trackballs. It's a mechanical trackball, which I really don't like, but you know what? It works. Just figured I'd tell you I got that. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.